Right.
Jayden, actually, in fact, Jayden asked this question.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, get in there.
Oh,
Just no, because
Jayden, you'd like to speak?
Don't
no, because
don't do that. You try to, especially you.
Do
I
you
don't want.
speak in
I don't
all
want to
the
hear. I don't want to
stereotypes?
hear
yeah,
it against my
100%.
podcaster.
Let's point it. Let's point. Let's
Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
100%.
Point.
Oh man.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Boarding Pass, a very special episode. I am your pilot, Denzel Whitaker, joined by.
Your co-pilot, Jayden Choi.
There it is, man. Yo, brother.
What's
let-
up?
let- I just want to preface this episode because it's going to be a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to call law enforcement. We need to call somebody to come regulate this because it's going to get out of hands. It's going to go off the rails. I can already
Trouble's
tell.
fun.
Right?
Trouble's fun.
Well, trouble is always fun when it comes in two sizes, not just one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we got like double mint twins. But before we jump into the show, how you doing, man? How you living?
Good. It's getting chillier, and I'm honestly getting ready for Christmas. I don't know when this show is gonna be exactly out, but by the time the show is out, people are gonna be enjoying this, Christmas. I'm starting early, so
Right.
I'm
Okay,
being there already. Yeah,
So your Inspo Lounge is very chilly, right?
very.
And I feel that. I feel that. I'm starting to break out the jackets. You know what I mean? I'm wearing
see it,
pants
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a crop pant kind of guy. I like my ankles to breeze in the wind.
Yeah,
Now it's a little bit too much wind. So now I gotta go full length pants.
I
But it's
also
nice.
see your Christmas themed shirt. Like red. I'm wearing a red hat too.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, a little bit
yeah.
of a Universal Studio hat.
Oh, you're such a filmmaker. They're gonna love this. Our
I'm a
guests are
nerd.
gonna love this. I know I'm chatting them up. You want to introduce them? You want to do our check-in?
Yes, sir. We're on the same page with all this, so let's get in there. Names is a plural, like we said. Joseph and Joel Harrod. It's the Harrod brothers. Welcome to the show. Nationality, USA. Occupation, film industry entrepreneurs. Very excited to hear what that's all about. Fun fact. Their lives took a turn with the American comedy show The Simpsons. The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Okay. All right. We're going to have to find that out. Frequent flyers. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the stage, Joseph and Joel Harold, the Harold twins. Welcome.
What up?
No,
What
who
up?
Came up with that fun fact, but that got to be my brother because I don't know nothing about no Simpsons.
No, Joe, shut
I
the
was,
fuck up,
I was about
man.
to say,
You're
you
so
getting them
stupid.
residual
Bro-
checks?
No, he
Man.
dumb because he know exactly what we talking about.
No. Please explain the fun fact.
Okay, so the fun fact is we had our mentors, Mark and Larry Whitmore, and Mark is the executive producer of The Simpsons, and he brought us in to be writer's assistants on F is for Family with Bill Burr and a whole litany of the cast on Netflix.
Fire.
Wow.
And so we were in the writer's room during that time F is for Family on Netflix, and we are just, helping around on set and also in the writer's room and just listening to all these great stories being told. And, we had
More shadowing than anything.
more shadow than anything, just stand back and like.
And
being a
he
fly on the wall.
actually, and rest in peace, Mark Wilmore. He actually passed away, but he really cultivated us in our writing. I mean, he shepherded us and show us how the 3-act structure and plot enhancements and catalysts, and he really showed us how to cultivate a pilot. And he just took us under his wings, and he did it for free. Like he did, like literally, he knew us. He didn't even know us. I literally DM'd him like, "Hey, throw my random shots out there to everybody." And he responded back and like, "Hey, I would love to meet the lunch." And then lunch turned into almost 2 years of mentorship. So
I mean, let's jump right into it. Speak a little bit about just mentorship. How important is that? How important it's been within your careers, and how you would love to pass that forward.
I think mentorship is very important in our industry because if you don't have someone in your family navigating this particular type of pipeline, it's very difficult to make the right decision and to kind of get yourself into a position where you're actually putting your best foot forward. So finding someone that been through the trenches, that went through the pipeline or went through the executive ladder and made the pitfalls and bad, horrible decisions coming up in their career, and they're saying, "Hey, navigate this way instead of going through this way, because I've been there and done that, and you don't need to go. And I'm gonna save you some years and some time by steering you in the right direction. And but also finding like mentors that are willing to kind of put you under their wing, because you find a lot of mentors are just like, pen pals. They shoot you a DM or shoot you a message, and then that's all they do for you. But someone that can kind of like, come to the office, spend a couple hours with me, or come to set, come in the writer's room, spend a couple hours, just soak it in. Don't say anything. Just shut up, be quiet, and just observe. And when you get a chance, an opportunity to do that, you become a more of a champion in your particular type of field.
And also look for multiple people. Just don't rely on one person. This industry is very busy. Our schedule is very busy. Also, we're balancing not only our work life, we are balancing our personal lives too.
I mean, look, just for the audience, this is another thing between the three of us. Back before the pandemic, we were a part of a collective called Empowered Gentlemen. And, many of those guests who we would have in these group talks, to kind of explain it, it was us getting together, the three of us and a fourth member, Javon, and we would invite different members of the industry to talk to our collective friends, whether it be about executives at a high level in different studios, networks, whatever it may be, other actors, casting directors, et cetera, getting people together. And I've even found personally from those interactions a lot of mentors that have continued to shepherd me. And I know a lot of those same individuals were mentors for you. Can you maybe speak a little bit to Empowered Gentlemen and why that was so important for us? Like, why did we even start it in the first place?
Well, coming up in this industry is very hard to find a group of people or your tribe, and a group of men, specifically men, because men, we usually don't communicate with each other because we're always on the, I gotta make it. We're stubborn.
Yeah.
I gotta make it. I gotta do it myself. I gotta fight to win.
They
And
almost
then,
call it a
so-
warrior's journey. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we decided to break that mold and break that idea of like men coming together and empowering one another through other high valued men. So men that we aspire to be like, and they shed a light on some insight of some of the decisions they made to get them where they are.
Yeah, as those small increments as you're pursuing your career, it's shaping you. And when you first start your journey as an actor, a filmmaker, or a director, or a cinematographer, you're not noticing it, but it's shaping you who you become when you do become successful. So while you're on the journey, actually take the self-awareness. Like, what am I doing? What am I feeling? How am I shaping each success or each failure? And how is it changing me? Do moments of self-reflection, journal, write. Take a moment, reflect, and how each success or challenges are shaping me.
And then you can speak to this too, because you've been in the game since you were
Oh, no.
a little
See,
sperm.
See, I know what you're doing right now. You starting to take over. Now you're gonna be hosting. What you filling out for
You're
the
gonna start asking the questions.
right, the co-pilot position? Hold on real quick.
Over here.
You're a
I'm about
guest
to lose
on
my
this show,
job.
sir.
I'm about to lose my job, guys.
Hey, I didn't even know you was on the show. What's your name again?
Wait, hold on.
Jayden.
Jayden,
man.
Don't you
Jayden,
play
we gotta
Jayden
talk
like
about
that.
We gotta talk about Jayden, man.
He gonna kick you off the
Jayden
plane
got
real
some-
quick.
Right.
Oh,
Jayden.
Guys, I was
My boy
being real
Jayden
inspired.
Smith, come on, Jayden.
I was being real inspired, and this come in.
Right, exactly. Now you're gonna come from my boy.
Not a disrespect.
But you know what though? Let me give you both your flowers just for a second, because both of you brothers have been so adamant about pouring back into the community, and it's been always beautiful to watch and beautiful to be a part of. And I think that's why we click so well together, is because those moments right before the pandemic happened, I would have reason to believe that because of Empowered Gentlemen, it saved a lot of people from quitting. Again, just flowers to you, brothers. Real quickly, just for the audience, just so they're not like left in the blue, tell us what got you guys into the art of filmmaking.
You want me to take it? Yeah,
Come on,
you
take
go
it,
for
take it, Mr. Green Shirt,
Yeah,
Mr. Jungle over there.
First of all, we're gonna know this a
Tiger,
lot.
tiger
You're
stripe.
gonna notice it's gonna be subtle notes. My brother loves to talk. I like to just chill, relax, and don't talk too much. But how we got into the industry, 17 years old. We were at the mall. My same stuff like you hear everybody. I don't know, like this mall thing that everybody get discovered in a mall or whatever. We're at a mall. We in Atlanta. We just moved to Atlanta. My dad retired from the military. We just moved there. We're in the mall. There was a talent agent. We were just walking. I think we was going to buy school uniforms or something for school, like a school clothes. And this lady approached us. She's like, "Hey, there's a casting notice for twins, male African American. Would your sons like to audition? I don't have no twins on my roster." My mom was like, "Oh, of course, blah blah blah. Let me take your email down and your phone number." She called it up, sent the casting over, sent the sides over. It had a lot of cursing in it, mind you. My dad is a preacher. My mom's like a missionary with a cape on. So like a lot of cursing and a lot of she didn't like it, but she let us do the audition. The crazy thing enough, my mom dressed us for the audition too. So
Wow.
my mom gave us a dress shirt, a tie, and a vest. I still have this. I still have the audition too. We studied for the sides. This is our first time studying sides ever. 17 years old. We didn't know what we were doing. My mom filmed it. We was in the back house in the backyard. It was about these two twin scientists who developed this love drug to make girls like them. So we did the audition, sent the tape in, which is crazy. It was a long time ago. They're still doing tapes back then too. We booked the job.
Wow.
Wow.
17 years old, turning 18. We booked the job. They flew us to LA. Mind you, we're born in LA, raised in San Diego. So they flew us back to somewhere we call home. My dad came with us because, we're still young. And we stayed on set for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks we were on set. We did a movie with C. Thomas Howell, a couple other people who were on the film set that were also working actors. We was like, wow, this kind of sparked an energy. I honestly, I think it was God divinely like ushering us to that path because honestly, we was going to go to the military. We was gung-ho going to the Air Force. We were going to take an ASVAB test. We was going to go to the Air Force. We were ready to go. Our whole high school life, we was in ROTC, drill teams. My dad's military, my uncle's military. So we're going that direction, 100%. It was not even a question. So we booked a job. We did that. We did the film set. We struggle with our lines sometimes. I remember one moment we had a really big scene with a lot of big words, and I hate pronouncing big words, but we struggled with it, but we persevered, and that kind of sparked something like, man, I actually probably can do this. It's not that hard. So when we came back to Atlanta, we didn't think nothing of it. 18, graduating high school, we going to college. 19 come around, we was like, what do we want to do with our lives? And that bug kind of reapprised itself and say, you know what, let's think about after we finish college to go to LA and try this acting thing.
And our main goal was to become successful in this industry no matter what. And once we set our mind into becoming successful in this industry, there is literally nothing that could stop us. And we're still on the path of defining that success in this particular type of industry. And so we were like, okay, let's do it. And then once we made it, we got with a solid group of people. And then we transitioned to living with 6 guys in a studio apartment. And it became like, I don't know if you ever seen Logan Paul in 2019 or like before Logan Paul was Logan Paul. He was like that YouTuber crazy doing all this crazy stunts and pranks and things. That was our lives. We lived in the same apartment complex called 1600 Vine. And I lived with
Oh yeah. Y'all were over there?
we was over there with the Viners. We was making TikToks and Vines. We were doing all kind of crazy stuff. We had like crazy house parties. We crashed Lamborghinis. I crashed a Ducati bike 650 twice.
Jesus.
I know. And we used to do some stupid things.
I'm glad I met y'all after that.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, that would have been trouble if we met in our early 20s.
Oh my God. And then so yeah, we're with the group of guys. We meet this girl. This girl changes her life. She's like, she has a sugar daddy. She introduced us to this very lavish lifestyle. And then we
didn't
like,
date her. We didn't date her. We didn't date her.
We didn't date her.
One of our roommates. We live with 8 guys, mind you.
Right. We were put into this world of like luxury. Like, you have the fancy house, you have all the fancy cars, have everything access. We used to go to fancy dinners. This is back in like the 2000s and 12 when party rock. So we used to go from club to club, this club to that club, drive to Vegas, come back, do a flight to San Jose, to go to Mexico. It was insane. And then we thought we was acting. This ain't acting. We had nothing. We didn't even do when we had auditions. We would get mad that we get auditions. Like the stupidest thing. Like we had to. Oh damn, we gotta do a self tape real quick. Barely knowing our lines, not taking it serious, and we had a whole like almost 3 years of doing that. And we were like, you know what? And I'm so glad that we got out and we got to experience that world because, seeing from the other side of it, it wouldn't have shaped us to be the people who we are today.
But there's something you just said that was super interesting is how all of those previous experiences have now shaped the business model, if anything,
Yeah.
that you guys have created. You used to get mad at auditions. Now I want to know, how mad do you get at the people coming into your service? So just to tee up what these lovely gentlemen do here, they have a subscription-based service called Doctor Self Tapes, which is incredible. You guys, I remember we were having conversations about it again right before the pandemic. Pandemic hits, it's the prime timing. It's like you had the shovels for the gold mine. You had the picks. You had the axes. You had everything ready to go. And as soon as everybody's bunkered down at their homes, but they're still sending in tapes, or they need to record remotely, or everybody's jumping into the game of podcasting, you guys had the way to get it done. And it's been so vital to our community, especially the community of arts. Just talk about the formation of Dr. Self Tapes.
Yeah. Dr. Self Tapes was crazy because it was right before the pandemic where we were doing self tapes out of our apartment. And I had a buddy of mine, his name is Roland Buck, and we used to assist him on his self tapes. And he booked a job that took him away to Chicago for like 6 years. And he became a series regular. And we're like, damn, like I didn't even know self tapes can do something like that for you. And so we're like, you know what? Let's form the idea of curating actor self tapes, but make it out. We had a great quality set up in our living room because we all shared an apartment together. So we're like, all right, let's just do this for other people. And we start doing it for other people. And it became so busy inside of our living room that we needed help. And then that's when we reached out to D, and we reached out to all our friends that we know that
I'm
are
still
in this
waiting for my
industry.
percentage. I'm still waiting
It's
for my
coming.
share.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
it's in the
That's
mail.
right. There's a
It's in the
contract
mail.
that's signed somewhere, but all right.
It's
Yeah,
a contract
100%.
that's signed. It's signed. It's signed.
It's signed.
That's all I can
I
say.
got
It's
the
signed.
emails. Uh-huh. But keep going.
And we reach out to so many people. It's so funny too because we all had pivotal moments to kind of like shape this thing into something that we couldn't even see. We didn't even know that it was going to take off and get us to where we are right now today. And we acquired a small 200 square foot office in Beverly Hills. And then we kind of changed. We saw the businesses are like there. There were self-tape studios happening during that time, but they wasn't offering something that was economical for an actor or a struggling up and coming performer. And so what we did is we changed the business model to make it subscription based. And then the ideal of that changed the game for all self-tape studios across, I want to say the world, but I mean just across our region, because we were the first ones to implement the subscription model.
For sure.
And then we had one subscriber, and that one subscriber turned 2 to 4 to 20 to now over 1,000 people that came through our studios. And it went from 1 studio to 2 studios to 3 studios to 4 studios, and then now by coastal. And now we're looking at different regions and different countries, and then we're just bridging the gap, not only just for self-taping, but also for all creative micro content. Because what we do is we create micro content, and then people you might see it as a self-tape, but it is some form of content that someone is consuming in a small format.
So now, as performers and filmmakers as well, now that you guys sit on the other side of the table and you're filming self tapes, you're helping your fellow thespians, so to speak. What are your key takeaways from that experience? What are you noticing? What is your past experience now that you've been able to basically use some of those short stories that you just told us and infuse that into your work to help other actors? You know, how are you guys basically cutting the fat, so to speak, and helping them get from A to B quicker?
Repetition. I always do like acting retention. It's like, hey, you want to just break the ice? You got a sides. You practice it first. You come in here, know what know where your direction you're going, and then we'll rep it out. So especially if you try, say we're auditioning for a series regular role or something that's actually bigger than a co-star, you need to know and live in the process for a couple days, and you actually have to see yourself doing the actual work. So I always like to tell the actor, like, hey, let's just play with it first. Let's get all our wild ideas out first, and then come back tomorrow and we actually start diving into the character analysis and diving into a direction that we actually refine and see what direction we want to go and take this character. Yeah, if we don't get it on the second day, we usually going to get it on the third.
So I can speak to the experience of what we do in studio is like we are storytellers. And then coming from a storyteller background, anytime someone gets a particular story to tell, we want to tell that story to the best of our ability, even if it's in a short format. Even if it's in 1 minute, 15 seconds, or 30 seconds. We're like, okay, how can we tell this story? And with the amount of tools that we have, giving the camera, the background, the lighting, or maybe a prop or two, and really encapsulate the audience with the things that we do have. And then that's what really kind of like set us apart from all the other self-tape studios is like we're a part of the filmmaking process. So we might add a little bit of different shade of light, or we might add a little bit of smoke, or we might add a different element, maybe some different textures, maybe some plants, maybe some greens, some blues. And we just give a different look to kind of really be attractive to the viewer.
Now, speak a little bit, Joseph, about you podcaster, because that's another endeavor that's a part of what I would imagine is your entire, Dr. Self Tapes umbrella, yes, or the ecosystem. Or are they separate entities?
Yeah. So usually they used to be one entity, and then you podcaster became a life of its own because we had a self-taping client wanted to record a podcast in studio. We're like, yeah, we have multiple cameras. Let's see what this is all about. We did one session, and then it became something that we're like intrigued to do. And you podcaster kind of just took a life of its own as far as like a new business model that we approach podcasting, because we adapted the same subscription model as far as our self-taping business, and we put that into the system of you podcaster as well. So creatives that want to podcast but have very low economics to kind of invest in that said endeavor, we made it a low barrier entry to come and record at our studios with just $100 or $200, and you can kind of get the quality that you want, and essentially on creating the content you want to create. And then you can also join the club. You purchase a subscription and you continuously create high level, high value content at a low, medium entry point.
That's incredible. I mean, look, frequent flyers, you could just tell by these two gentlemen's background, and you could just see their lighting production. I mean, they got working filters in real time. Look at how suave these individuals look. But this is the level of quality and sophistication that you guys bring to the table, and you open that up for the entire community. You really, truly have built a business and a brand that is helping more people than you know. There's been a multitude of times I've been to different auditions, and it used to be the thing of, oh, well, I don't know how to, get myself tape done, or I don't necessarily have a facility to go, record a podcast, et cetera, et cetera. I'll be at a casting session now, the very few that we have these days, and they'll be like, oh man, what? I have a session tomorrow with Dr. Self Tapes, and I'll overhear that. And the joy and the smile that I have knowing that, damn, my brothers done really did it.
Yeah.
They really did it.
It's crazy to see.
No, you've truly been able to fill a void, and you don't know like how many people you're directly and indirectly just helping just by having a necessity that people need. But one of the things I also want to highlight too, and this is again where I'll give you your flowers, is not just your work that you're doing within the paid subscription model, but also some of the relief efforts that you guys have put on, the community work you've done selflessly. Dr. Self Tapes as a brand, you guys have donated your services. So talk about like when the LA fires were happening and the relief setup or the recovery setup that you guys had basically like, launched during that time period and how you went out and helped people tell their stories.
Yeah, I mean, we just knew people personally that were affected by the fire. So we was like, how can I help? I mean, obviously, money is not a way, just the only way to help. So we was like, how can we donate a time? Something we can physically do and physically be there with them through this traumatic experience. And it's donating our time, donating what we have physically, and how I can go be with the people and share their stories, help them with their GoFundMe videos, and actually go through the pain with them. We wanted to be with that shared experience. So we reached out to people. People, once we posted on our Instagram, our Dr. Self Tape page, hey, we want to help people. That was our mission, to film their GoFundMe videos. 17 families reached out, 20 families reached out, and we was like, okay, now it's time to get to work. So every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we was in Glendale and where the Eaton fires were, Pasadena, exactly, Pasadena area, Altadena. We were there with the families. Each family filming their devastation. It was some days it was really tough. Just being there with them, sharing their experience, filming their experience. It's kind of weird psychologically because we're filming their pain in a sense, but we're helping share their message too, so they can get help and receive help that they need.
And then once we also pivot that into a fire relief event. We partnered with a great friend of ours, Noel Barham, and he owns the Meet Show Film Festival. Well, we wanted to collectively raise money between both of our foundations or both of our businesses and say, how can we give back together with the community that we have? And we put an event at the White House, and over 300 to 400 people came and showed out, and they donated. We raised over $26,000, and we donated to a couple families. Yeah,
that's incredible, man. That's truly incredible. Again, just so happy to see my brothers doing the work. I know you guys were out there hitting the pavement, sharing your resources. Same with Noel, same with Etienne and the Walgood Foundation. And collectively together, just all three foundations, we've been able to partner and, influence our community and lift up our community and also magnify their voices. So, again, all flowers where flowers are due. You guys truly are doing the work, and we're so proud to spotlight and honor Dr. Self Tapes and you podcasters, because again, you're filling a necessary void that we need within this industry. If there were lasting words that you want to leave, especially to the young entrepreneurs, since we're all artists, we're all entrepreneurs.
Like me.
Yes.
Right.
Jayden, actually, in fact, Jayden asked this question.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, get in there.
Jayden, you'd like to speak?
Don't do that. You try to, especially you. I don't want to hear it against my
100%.
podcaster.
Let's point it. Let's point.
Point.
Oh man, but like I first of all, I have a chance now to speak, and I really wanted to say it's very difficult to be an actor, like artist, and at the same time being a businessman. And I really truly look up to that. And you're very inspiring to all of our frequent flyers. A lot of people listening to this would, look up to that. And, this is about boarding pass. We all share our story, how we started. All journeys have starting and ending. We have a destination, we have a departure. In terms of your destination, I would like to ask, like, where do you want to see yourself at with your career journey? Like, what is your goal with your business, your art?
We just want to be impactful in our community, regardless. We really don't care about wealth. We don't care about riches. We want to be impactful. And we want to be impactful to people, impactful to people's hearts, people's minds, people's spiritual health. All the other stuff with wealth or success, none of that really matters because we can't take it with us when we die. So
quick question before you guys get out of here. What is the worst travel experience that you've ever had? Or Or tell us a wacky, crazy travel story. Your favorite one.
You know, Japan is such a special place, and the people are such a special group of people. And we, seen a lot of sights. I feel like I know Japan intimately because I drove from Tokyo all the way to Osaka, and that's these two parts of the country are very far apart from each other.
Very
And
far.
like driving there
Yeah.
was
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
insane.
I think, in Japan, the driving side is on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So how was it like? How was it for you to drive on the other side? It's different.
As an American, we are very stubborn and we're very fixed in the ways of doing things an American way. Like we think you should speak English no matter where you are in the world. America is number one. So like going to a country that, is like, okay, we're going to do the total opposite of what you're normally are doing back home. It was very, challenging to kind of like get used to. I think it took me maybe about 2 to 3 hours to really hone in. And I had to lock in. Like I had to like, pretend I'm playing a video game and just really just focus on like
Like a racing game.
the road. Yeah, I was like, okay, here we go. Lock in. Make sure you checked everything. All the mirrors are checked. Seatbelt on. I'm like this close to the steering wheel, like really focusing, and everything's in Japanese. So even my navigation, I have to make sure that I'm lining up the words with the right exact. It was insane. It was insane,
Wow.
but it was a lot of fun too. An experience and experience the countryside of Japan was amazing because
Oh,
we stopped
I can
by,
imagine.
these small villages that had the amazing food, but the language barrier was astronomical. So you always had to point the things that you want, and sometimes you get the wrong thing. So you had to order 3 times as much as food to get the right thing that you want to get.
So
But
I'm
it
gonna
was
just
just
ask,
amazing.
when you returned the car, there were no dents in the bumper, right? You didn't hit nobody.
Woo, Lord. Dog, I got like 2 parking tickets because I couldn't read the
Oh,
signs. But the funny thing is, it was so messed up. I was so upset because when I returned the car and I was like, hey, yeah, I got this parking ticket. She was like, yeah, this parking ticket is in Osaka. I was like, okay, that's no problem. How do I pay the fine? You have to go to the Osaka police station. And I'm in Tokyo.
oh,
And I'm
you had
like,
to
am I
physically go there.
You
you
can't pay
have to
online?
physically go. You can't pay online. There's no payment online. I was like, I can't just pay
What?
online. Is there a
Oh,
website? No, you have to go to the convenience store or show up in court to pay the parking ticket. And
damn.
I'm like, my flight ends in 3 hours. I cannot. And so the ticket was only like $7.
Oh, wow.
And then
Wow.
the fine that I had to pay to the rental car company was $400
Bro.
to pay the parking ticket for me. And I was like, oh, you
Ooh.
mother effers, y'all got me good. They got me so good. Oh, I was so upset. But I was like, hey, when in Japan, you just look, luckily I'm blessed to have it. I was like, here, yeah, let me get out of here if I pay anything else.
Guys, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. Somehow we've gotten to the end of this episode
Already?
already. I know time flies. Jayden, do you have any final words for our guests? Close them out. Close us out.
Well, yes. We always tell our audiences, frequent flyers, just do your thing. Like, be invested on your thing, love your thing, and manifest that you can do it. See these guys, see these beautiful faces. These guys just dreamed everything, have done everything they wanted to do. And look at them. You know, they were doing what they love, and that's what their passion is. And we always say this: inspiration needs no visa.
100%.
That's
No
And
awesome.
don't wait
visa.
for opportunities, you create them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fellas, keep doing the work in your community. Thank you so much. By the grace of God, may you continue to help the community. And again, just share your light and love with everybody. I really appreciate you guys joining us. Boarding Pass, this has been another wonderful episode. Frequent Flyers, tune on in. Thank you for being in the Inspo Lounge. We out. Peace.
Thank you, Harold Brothers.
Boarding Pass is brought to you by IYMS Films, available wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoyed today's chat, please share, subscribe, like, and review. We definitely want to hear your feedback, and we always appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time.